That's Mallory Waggoner, and she's number 11 for this year's Riverview High School varsity volleyball team, and she has big plans after high school. I'm Jessica Ward, and I'll have that story coming up on Game On Profiles.
This season, the Sarasota Sailors quarterback is senior Hunter DeWitt, and he's brought his own style to the huddle while leading his team on Friday nights.
There you go, Rod. Good job. Good. Run again.
That's Faryn Duff, a dominant swimmer on her Venice Indians team. Faryn spends a lot of time in the water, and her tough practice schedule has paid off. All of those stories on this edition of Game On Profiles, and we kick off now.
That's 6 feet. You got to get out. Don't walk. Wait, Bobby.
There you go.
Get out!
Hello and welcome to this edition of Game On Profiles, where you get the chance to meet some of the outstanding student athletes from our Sarasota County District High Schools. I'm Maverick Johnson. The Riverview Rams volleyball team is a dedicated group, and together this team works hard on the court. One of their hardest workers is senior Mallory Waggoner. She lines up on the front line, and it's her job to score points by getting those big spikes and blocks at the net. Our student reporter, Jessica Ward, caught up with Mallory and her head coach to find out what drives Mallory to succeed.
Why did you start playing volleyball?
I just thought it was an interesting sport. I'd played basketball since I was 4 years old and wanted to make a transition to a different sport.
There you go.
What does being a Riverview High School varsity volleyball player mean to you?
It means a lot. I transferred my junior year to be in the IB program, and I always loved Riverview, so I love playing with my team and having the team pride of being a Ram.
Go.
We've all seen it on TV, but what is it like firsthand to get a spike in a game?
I mean, it's just the best feeling in the world, being able to go up and crush a ball and thanking your setter for the amazing set and your passer for the amazing passes. It's just a great feeling. Hitting somebody in the face is the best.
How does it feel to know that you are seen as being a positive member of this team?
I think it's great. I like being a role model to all the girls coming up, all the freshmen. I was helping them with their rotations yesterday, trying to help them out in their games, and I just love being a positive impact on the team.
What do you hope to accomplish after high school?
I want to play college volleyball, and after college volleyball, I hope to play beach volleyball in a professional circuit.
So you say that you want to be a beach volleyball player. Why is that your goal?
I think it's more my goal than indoor because I'm too small to play indoor at a professional level. I'm only 5'11", so most of the girls are like 6'6", really tall, and I'm more suited for my body type for beach. So.
Not hitting fours.
What schools are you looking at?
I'm looking at Pepperdine, Baylor, Butler, UConn, and Cincinnati at this time. Haven't made a decision yet, and I want to study pre-law and history.
Good job. Rotate.
Since you're a senior, when varsity volleyball is all done and high school is over, what will you miss most and what memories will you have?
I think I'm going to miss most having the home games with the students in the section and being able to get pumped up with knowing your friends are there watching you. I'm definitely going to miss a lot of my teammates, especially my setter Ashley Alma. She's become like a little sister to me. Definitely going to miss her when I go to college. So.
Just got there early. Transition.
Mallory is the leader on this year's Riverview High School varsity volleyball team. She leads the team in kills. She plays every position on the court. She has a great jump serve. Mallory has only been playing for the Rams for 2 years, but from the way that she has impacted this year's Riverview High School varsity volleyball team, you would never know it.
Ladies, hold up. Serve again.
What does Mallory bring to the team?
Well, Mallory is one of our best players. Mallory is one of the best athletes in the area. Mallory brings a lot to this team. She's our kill leader on the team, which means she is the best spiker that we have on the team. Mallory's also a very consistent passer and just overall a high energy type of player.
How does Mallory impact her teammates?
How does she impact her teammates? Mallory is a very excitable player. She gets them pumped up. She really cheers when things go good. She's very calming. She helps with the younger players a lot, especially our setter. We have a a sophomore setter that she's very close to, and she really helps her out a lot, calms her down when she's under pressure. So she does a really nice job of that. Excellent block.
How does Mallory impact you as a coach?
Mallory and I have a pretty good relationship. You know, Mallory seems to have some very, very high goals. And I like kids that have high goals. I mean, we've had conversations where she's telling me she wants to be the President of the United States. And, you know, I don't disbelieve anything that Mallory does. She works very hard at everything that she does. She has great grades. She's a very bright girl. And she probably puts in more volleyball hours than any player on this team.
What is it like coaching Mallory?
You have highs and lows. It's exciting when she's really on. She's just an absolute amazing athlete. So she, you know, hits balls and makes plays that other athletes couldn't do. And then the low side of things is Mallory's focus sometimes has a little bit. I think sometimes Mallory is actually too smart and she actually thinks a little too much. When she just reacts as an athlete, there's not a better athlete in the area.
Jessica, welcome to the show. Great job on your first story.
Thank you.
So you guys grew up a little bit together. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, when we were like 5 years old, we used to go to basketball camps at Riverview together, and we used to drive our mom crazy and my mom crazy with our play dates. And just last year, she came to Riverview, so we were teammates on the volleyball team. I no longer play, but she's still a good friend.
Well, we're glad you're on the show, even though you're not playing volleyball anymore for Riverview. Talk to me about the competitive fire that you both kind of brought to the team.
Well, Mallory's just like kind of crazy and kooky anyways, and just excited all the time. So for a sport like volleyball that's very quick pace and fast, it's just her kind of thing, and she's very good at getting kills. And hitting someone in the face is always great. Who wouldn't want to hit someone in the face?
She seems to be a pretty good team leader, not just a good player. That's an interesting role. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Well, Mallory's a leader always, everywhere. And even last year she was a leader, but this year, since she's a senior, she's became more of a leader, and she's always there for the younger girls, and she can teach them a lot.
She's got a lot of goals. Pro volleyball player on the beach, pre-law, and President of the United States.
Yeah, that comes back to being a leader. She does want to be the president. That's a real thing. I was like, Mallory, are you serious? But she really does want to be the president, and she's very smart. I think that Mallory can do anything that she sets her mind to. She can be the president, a lawyer, and a beach volleyball player all at once.
Well, great job on your first story, Jessica. We're glad to have you.
Thank you.
We've got more Game On Profiles in a minute. Stay with us here on the Education Channel.
Number 10 is Hunter DeWitt, Sarasota Sailors starting quarterback, and he's worked very hard on and off the field. I'm Shelby Shea, and I'll have that story coming up on Game On Profiles.
That's low, that's low. That's low and below. Look, he's blushing. Seriously.
There you go.
Welcome back to Game On Profiles. I'm Maverick Johnson. For our next story, the Sarasota Sailors have a senior quarterback that has really helped his team. He's Hunter DeWitt, and Hunter stands tall in the pocket, and whether it's a pass or a run, Hunter has helped set the tone on the field for his team. Our student reporter, Shelby Shea, caught up with the quarterback and his coach and got some insight to playing high school football and the demands on the student athlete.
Go!
So why do you play football instead of soccer or baseball or wrestling, you know?
Football is just a completely different sport when it comes to competitiveness. Sports like baseball, it's still a team sport really, but it's more individual. With football, you need your whole team, every single aspect from the line to quarterback, wide receivers.
Now remember, court, I want you to find the daylight.
What's your favorite thing about playing football?
It has to be just being out there and competing with my teammates, the guys that I've worked out here with just for years with some of them, and it's just every day. And then finally getting out there and just getting that W.
Guys, look to inside out these guys, okay?
So what's it like as the quarterback leading your team out there?
It's just doing it for everybody in the stands, your mom, your dad, and former players, just having that sense of pride, really.
We got 5 for 5 right here. Everybody understand that?
So what's your favorite way to score a touchdown?
As a quarterback, I'd pass every single down if it was up to me, but you got to run. It's all part of the game.
Good, right there. Here we go, Riverside.
So how does it make you feel when you throw a touchdown or the game-winning pass?
It's just all the work you've put in, just you finally get your reward for what you've worked for.
Good, and that's what we want to see right there, okay?
So then what is one thing everybody would be surprised to know about you, like a secret talent?
I don't know, I have a pretty decent GPA for a football player, 4.1. If a lot of football players have the stupid jock stereotype.
Here's our read right there, good.
How have you done so well academically?
Just get your work done, no excuses. A lot of it is just laziness when people don't get their work done.
Inside out, good.
So what are your future goals?
I'm gonna see how far football takes me. That's first. And I haven't decided on a major yet in college, so.
And there you go, Rod, good job. Good, right?
As you finish off your senior season as a Sailor, what's probably your favorite memory?
Probably just a combination of just all the summers I've spent with my teammates and just all the work we've put in, just create a brotherhood.
Oh, good job, and you come off, good.
This is Hunter's second season as a starting quarterback for the Sailors. He loves leading his team on the field, and his coach told us that his teammates really look up to him.
Go!
What are the major strengths of especially Hunter on your team?
Well, I think he's a great leader. You know, I think he has good command of the offense going into the second year. Does a great job with the offensive coaching staff. Coach Voles and Coach Riles do a great job working with him. The team responds to his passion towards the game, and you know, he's a hard worker. He really is. He works really hard off the field and on the field, and it's starting to show this year, and we're proud of him. And you know, sky's the limit for him. He can really elevate the play of this program, and I think we're going to see some big things for him this year.
Do you see Hunter continuing to play football at the next level?
I do. I think he's got a lot of upside. He's a tall player who can see his targets. And his work ethic. I think his work ethic is his #1 quality. He will work hard wherever he goes. He'll get an opportunity to play somewhere. We're sure of it, and they'll be happy and fortunate to have him.
How does Hunter's high GPA affect his football on the field?
Well, a smart player certainly makes you a better player. You know, just anticipating things and then studying opponent and studying the plays, which can get complicated at times, and he's able to do that. So his smarts certainly has gotten him out of a few jams and helps him prepare.
So Hunter's wrapping up his senior year. What do you think you're going to miss most about Hunter?
His leadership, you know, his work ethic. But the good thing about it is there's a lot of young kids on this team that are looking up to him, and will hopefully learn from his example. So, you know, he'll be here a long time, like a lot of the great leaders are. You know, they really leave a lasting legacy here by how hard they work, and the young kids look up to that, and they kind of, you know, mimic what they see day in and day out. And he's a great one. He's a great leader and a great one by example.
Well, Shelby, welcome to the show. Great job on the first story.
Thank you.
So have you been to an actual football practice before?
I actually haven't. That was the first football practice I've ever sat in on. And those boys worked pretty hard, I would say. You know, it was really hot outside. They were all sweaty, but they were still, you know, jumping around, pumped up.
So now, what surprised you after attending a football practice?
I was looking maybe for some more, you know, actual scrimmaging. They do a lot of drills, you know, a lot of run-through of plays. They don't really hit each other as much as I thought they would.
He was telling you about his 4.1 GPA. Did that surprise you? Do you think it would surprise other people?
I would say yes and no. I mean, yes, because he's a football player, and like he said, they don't have the best reputation for being smart. But I would also say no, because to be a successful quarterback, you have to have, you know, an upper level thinking, and Hunter definitely has that.
So had you thought about that before you'd asked Coach that question?
I would say, you know, most athletes, especially football players, because they have so much to remember with plays and whatnot, that intelligence definitely translates, you know, from the classroom to the football field.
So football is his main focus right now?
Mm-hmm. He's very dedicated to football. I mean, he keeps his grades up, but football, you know, it's what he loves. He's looking to go to Florida Atlantic or Florida International, but his dream, you know, like millions of other boys, is to play in the NFL one day.
Shelby, great job on the story. Thanks for bringing it to us.
Thank you.
We've got more Game On Profiles in a minute here on the Education Channel. Please stay with us.
That's Faryn Duff. She is one of the fastest swimmers on the Venice High School's Indian swim team, and her favorite stroke is the butterfly. I'm Tarala, and I'll have that story coming up on Game On Profiles.
Mom, can we get some ice cream?
Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Welcome back to Game On Profiles. I'm Maverick Johnson. For our final story, the Venice Indian swim team has many talented swimmers. One swimmer that stands out is Faryn Duff. She spends a great deal of time in the water, and all of that hard work has paid off. Our student reporter, Tarala, saw Faryn in action at practice and has our story of a Venice swimmer with big plans.
So what made you start swimming in the first place?
When I was in Hawaii, my parents made me do swim lessons, and the coach there just told my parents that I should start swimming and never stopped from there.
So what event do you like the most then?
100 fly.
Why?
Just the event I do the best at, and I can challenge myself each time I swim it.
So how do you do it? When the gun goes off to start the race, how do you do it?
Usually I just try to push through the pain and keep going whenever it starts to hurt.
Do you have any secrets about hitting the wall first and winning?
Probably from like the flags in, just putting my head down and not breathing.
So what's your special event and why do you like it the most?
The 100 butterfly, because every time I swim it, I can challenge and push and try and drop time. And it's my best event.
So do you hold any records for your swimming?
The 100 butterfly and 200 meter IM.
You spend a lot of time at the pool swimming and practicing. How do you balance that with everything else in your life?
I do my homework like in between like swimming and practice, and then just when I get home, finish my homework.
So what has swimming taught you personally?
It's taught me to work hard and to never give up on my goals.
What's made you fast in the water?
Probably working on my underwaters and showing up to practice every day.
Do you plan on swimming later on in college or something?
I'm hoping to.
What schools are you hoping to go to?
I'm looking at Florida Southern and Florida Tech.
And what about studying?
Possibly psychology.
The evens are easy freestyle.
What are you going to miss most about being on the team once you graduate?
Probably hanging out with all my friends and being able to compete every day.
Faryn has been swimming on the Venice High School swim team for the past 4 years. And according to her coaches, she is quite the team leader in and out of the water.
As you're going in and out of your turns, work on your speed coming in and carry the speed coming back out of your turn.
What was one of your favorite things that you noticed about Faryn when you first met her?
Faryn's a dedicated swimmer and really puts the time and effort into it, but is also very down to earth on having a well-balanced life.
Would you call her a team leader of sorts?
Faryn is one of our internal team leaders. Other swimmers respect her and look up to her accomplishments and how she handles herself.
What makes her different from everyone else?
To me, the difference is her dedication in everything that she does, and her sincerity when she's working with other people.
Where do you see her going at the next level?
Faryn likes to do a couple sports. She also plays soccer, but I know, she's been to state last year and should go to state again this year, and she definitely could go swim in college if she wants to.
What are you going to miss most about her when she leaves and graduates this year?
Her attitude around the pool. She's just always fun to be around.
Guess what?
Well, Morgan, welcome to the show. Great job on your first story.
Thanks.
So talk to me about your perception and what you learned at practice at swimming.
It was very intense. I remember a couple of times I accidentally walked in front of their clock and they all got really, really upset because that's their Bible for swimming is their clock and their timing.
Absolutely. So after attending a swim practice and seeing what they do, is that something you'd like to maybe try on a competitive level?
Well, I have a couple of friends on the team personally who have always been trying to get me to do it, but I don't think I honestly could go through that much practice like they do. It's pretty intense.
So talk to me about her swimming at another level. It's something both her and coach had kind of mentioned.
Well, she was saying that she really wanted to swim in college. She's pretty good at it, and she said she might even want to coach one day, so.
Is she really shy and low-key in person? Because she kind of seemed that way on camera for your interview.
She's generally really easygoing, and I think she'd be a good coach. Once you get to know her, she's really nice.
Great job on the story, Morgan. It was a lot of fun to see it.
Thank you.
We've got more Game On Profiles in a minute. Stay with us here on the Education Channel.
This is one amazing truffula tree. Can you imagine a place where these grow everywhere? Yes, it's called the forest, a magical place to enjoy with your family. Ooh. So discover the forest and explore all the wonder that's there. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Lead paint poisoning affects 1 million children today. If you're pregnant or have young children and your home was built before 1978, you could be at risk. Learn how to protect your family. To find your home's danger zones, the health effects, or just to find help, log on to leadfreekids.org.
Well, that'll wrap up this edition of Game On Profiles. We thank all of our student reporters for their fine stories. For all of us from Game On Profiles, we thank you for joining us. I'm Maverick Johnson. Game on!
You got to get out, don't walk.
There you go.